Hello, my name is Elkrief, and in this video I'm going to try to eliminate some of your conditioning around feelings, emotions, and physical sensations. So many people come to me with all different types of suffering that is based on how they feel. Okay? And some of these ideas are that certain feelings are bad. Certain feelings mean I'm not making progress. Certain feeling means I'm weak or stupid or there's something wrong with me. Or certain feelings mean I'm not awake. Or certain feelings mean I can't have peace. Or all different types of other ideas. So to start out, let's separate the facts from our story. Okay? And the first way to do that is to lose this idea of, or to separate the idea of feeling and emotion from physical sensation. Okay? So feelings and emotions are just physical sensations. That's all they are. Anything you call a feeling or an emotion is just a physical sensation in your body, in your head, in your chest, in your stomach. That's it. It's just a physical sensation. Okay? So when we have certain physical sensations, we tend to create stories around them. So when we have certain sensations in our chest, we create this story of, I am anxious, I'm afraid, I am all this stuff. But look, does it really mean, does this sensation really mean I am afraid or I am anxious? That's just an interpretation of the sensation. It's like having a prick or a cut on your finger and then saying this feeling means I'm afraid. When I say that, that sounds ridiculous because it's just a feeling, it's just a sensation on your finger. How would you know this feeling means anything about you? You wouldn't. Simply because you weren't taught that a prick on your finger means anything about how you feel. It's just a feeling on the finger. Doesn't mean it's not a feeling about who I am. It's a feeling on the finger. But yet when it comes to sensations in our chest or our stomach or our head, we have so many beliefs about what they mean. This means I'm hurt. This means I'm in pain. Or I'm emotionally in pain. Or this means I'm scared. Or this means I'm angry. Or this. None of the sensations actually mean anything. You see, the facts are, I have pressure in my chest. Your interpretation or your story about the sensation is, I am afraid, I am anxious, I am not in peace, I am. Doesn't mean any of that. It's just a sensation. Come back to the facts. What are the facts in this moment? What is reality and what is my story about reality? Okay, so that's the first thing, to see that no sensation means you are a certain feeling. Okay? The next bit of it is no sensation is better or worse than any other. Okay? If we have two sensations, who's the one that decides one sensation is good, the other sensation is bad? Where does that exist? If you have a cut, or if you have a tension in your stomach, or pressure in your head, who says that feeling is bad? Who says? Is bad inherently part of the feeling? No. Bad is your story about it. Or who says this feeling isn't good enough? Who says that? Where does it come from? It's just an idea. No feeling is better or worse than any other. It's like having one finger is being tickled and the other one someone is putting a little pressure on it. Which feeling is better and which is worse? How would you even know? They're just unique sensations. Any idea that one sensation is better or worse is just an idea, not part of reality. The sensations are different, that's a fact. Unique, that's a fact. But better and worse? Just an idea. Stop. How do you know it's better? How do you know it's worse? Okay, so that's the second thing we looked at, right? An emotion is bad. This sensation is bad. The third thing we're going to look at now is that a feeling means I'm not making progress. Okay? So just look. Who says that a feeling means I'm not making progress? You have a sensation in your body. Okay, a sensation, let's say tightness in your chest that you label stress or anxiety. Or something in your stomach that you label insecurity or whatever, or shame. Who says that feeling means I'm not making progress? How do you know? How do you know that feeling means anything? That's just an idea. The reason why you think that the feeling means something is because you think you're in control of your emotions. That's one reason. Okay, I'll talk about the other afterwards. So you think you're in control of your emotions. But let's examine that. Do you pick the thoughts that enter your mind? Look, what's the next thought to pop up in your head? If you pick the thoughts that enter your mind, you would just never pick negative thoughts, would you? Because that's not very enjoyable. Look, do you pick the thoughts that enter your mind? No. Do you pick which thoughts you give attention to? If you did, you would never give attention to negative thoughts, would you? No. So obviously you don't pick or control what thoughts you give attention to. Do you control what thoughts you believe? If you did, you would never believe any of the negative thoughts that create your unwanted emotions. So you don't pick the thoughts that enter your mind, you don't pick which thoughts you give attention to, and you don't pick which thoughts you believe. So therefore, you're not in control over what emotions you experience. You're not to blame for them. Therefore, no emotion signifies that you're stupid or weak or there's something wrong with you or you're not making progress. No, it doesn't mean any of that. That's a story you tell about it. If you see a car accident happen outside, you're looking out the window and you see a car accident happen, will you feel guilty about it? Will you think it means something about you? Will you think it means you're not making progress? No. Why not? Because you know you don't control it. And if you don't control whether it happens or not, then that means you're not to blame for whether it happens or not. So you don't control the emotions in your mind, so therefore, or the emotions in your body, so therefore, it doesn't mean anything about you when you have certain emotions. It doesn't mean anything about you because you're not in control over it. Therefore, you're not to blame for it. Okay? Another way to look at that is to look at people who have woken up. Okay? Did those people go from in a straight line like this, just less and less unwanted emotions until finally they were in peace for every second? No. Look at many of the spiritual teachers out there went from depression to peace. So you think that you're not making progress because you still have some anxiety or some shame or you can't get rid of that. But some people go directly from depression. How do you know? How could you possibly know that this means you're not making progress? Or it's bad to have this? It doesn't mean anything. Okay? Another way to look at it is, or not another way to look at it, another belief that we have around emotions and feelings is that awakening means I am always in peace. Awakening means I'll never have an emotion, an unwanted emotion or whatever. But who says that? How do you know that? It doesn't mean that. The experiences in your body aren't who you are. Just look for a second. If you have a cut on your finger, can you still be in peace? If you're not thinking about it, if you're eating your favorite food or watching a movie or hanging out with friends or dancing or something? Yes, of course. If you're not thinking about it, not paying attention, you can be in peace. If you have a bruise on your arm and you aren't paying attention to it and you're just having fun, of course you can be in peace because you're not thinking about it. Those are sensations on your body, but yet you are in peace. The same is true with the sensations that you call anxiety, sadness, shame. We have the idea that emotions are the opposite of peace. They're not. Emotions are something happening to your physical body. like a cut, like a bruise. Every emotion is no different than a cut or a bruise in the sense that it doesn't take away your peace. It's happening to your body, not to you. In the midst of a cut or a bruise or even a light stomach ache, you can be in peace if you don't tell stories about what it means, right? Same is true with any feeling in your body, any emotion that you have. So no feeling means that you aren't in peace or that you can't have peace. You are what's behind that. You are what's noticing the feeling. To give you an example of what you do when you have a feeling is, if you had a stomach ache and then you tell yourself it's cancer or it's appendicitis or you have kidney stones, boom, all of a sudden that feeling in your stomach is going to seem really, really intense. It's going to seem really strong and you're not going to be able to take your attention away from it. It's going to create so much, right? But if you just say it's just a little stomach ache, then you won't care. It'll go away in a moment. Same with all our feelings. But as soon as you say, this means I am afraid, this means it's not going to go away, this means I'm not making progress, this is emotional pain and I'm hurt and it won't go away and it's so strong. No. The only thing that makes you contracted and all that stuff is thinking that the emotion is who you are, thinking that the emotion is bad, and thinking that the emotion means something about you and the future. It doesn't. Okay? Awakening doesn't mean your body feels light and free in every second. It means that we don't follow the stories about what the feelings mean, or we don't identify with the feelings as being who we are. It's like when you're saying that your peace is dependent upon the feeling in your body, it's like saying that your peace is dependent upon the clothes that you're wearing. It's not. You're the one noticing the clothes, watching them. You are not the feeling in your body. Okay? And the other thing is just that we tend to have this idea that it would be best for me to awaken now. It would be best for me to be in peace now. So if I have an emotion now, it means it's not best. I want to get rid of this emotion now, and like that, right? We want to make progress now. But how do you know it's best for you to wake up right now? Who thinks it's best? How do you know? Maybe it's best for you to have some more experiences, egoic experiences and more emotions, so that when you do wake up, you'll be more clear. Or when you do wake up, you'll have more experiences that you can use to inform how you help others and teach others. How do you know anything? How do you know when it is best? Maybe it's best for you to stay with ego for a little while longer so that you can do something which helps a lot of people and it's going to come from ego. How do you know anything? There's a million effects from any one outcome. You don't know when it's best for you to wake up. How could you possibly know? It's just a thought. So whenever you feel an emotion, you think, oh, it's bad, I'm not awake now, I want to be awake now. Stop. Let it happen in its own time. How do you know it's best for it to be now? So that's a bunch of different forms of conditioning, both by society and by the spiritual world around emotions. And I'm sure there are others, but that's all that came to me in this video. So thank you for watching. I hope you found it helpful, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.